We pass street names every day, rarely stopping to consider their meaning. These names are more than labels. They're silent storytellers revealing the history and values of our communities. Each signpost is a window into the past, a clue to what people once valued. A street named after a founding family or a distant battle isn't random, it's a deliberate choice, reflecting the priorities of those who built our towns. Street names are a public archive, connecting us to generations before us. Learning the story behind a name like Sycamore Lane or Lincoln Avenue adds new meaning to familiar places. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when its hidden story is revealed. Street names shape a community's identity, showing what it chooses to celebrate and remember. By paying attention, we see our neighborhoods in a new light. They invite us to be curious observers, uncovering the rich tapestry of history woven into our streets. Street naming has evolved from informal descriptive labels to carefully chosen symbols of power and identity. Early streets were named for landmarks or daily activities, simple, practical, and rooted in the landscape. As towns grew, leaders began naming streets after prominent citizens or political figures, embedding social hierarchies into the city grid. The Industrial Revolution brought themed naming, rows of streets named after trees, presidents, or states, to quickly organize booming neighborhoods. Today, naming is formalized, with committees and regulations ensuring clarity and honoring community values. Even now, the symbolic power of a name remains. Whether honoring a local hero or a historical event, our choices reflect what we value. The journey from a dirt path to a planned avenue mirrors our changing society. Street names are living records of our priorities. They show how we organize, remember, and define our communities. Some street names are so common we barely notice them, like Main Street. Main Street isn't just a label, it's the heart of a community, where commerce and daily life intersect. Names like Washington Avenue reveal national pride, connecting towns to the ideals of the Republic. Church Street and School Street highlight the central role of faith and education in early towns. Market Street and Water Street point to economic lifelines, places of trade and transport. These names aren't random, they map out the priorities and daily rhythms of the past. Each one is a historical artifact showing how our towns functioned and thrived. Ordinary names hold extraordinary stories. They remind us that every street has a past worth exploring. Street names often reflect political change. After the American Revolution, streets named for British royalty were renamed to honor new American ideals. King Street became State Street, Crown Street became Liberty Street. These changes were powerful statements, reclaiming public space for a new identity. This trend is global. After the fall of the Soviet Union, cities replaced communist names with those of national heroes. Renaming is a way to shed painful histories and celebrate new values. Even today, debates over street names reveal evolving community ideals. Street names are living documents, revised as our sense of justice and history changes. They show who we are and who we aspire to be. As cities grew, planners imposed order with the grid system and numbered streets, symbols of logic and equality. Numbered streets made navigation simple and treated all roads as equals, reflecting democratic ideals. At the same time, suburban developments embraced nature-inspired names, Oak Drive, Willow Lane, evoking peace and escape from city life. These names often promised an idealized environment, even if the landscape didn't match. The grid and the grove represent two sides of American urban life, order and a longing for nature. Street names became tools for branding and aspiration. They reveal both our desire for structure and our yearning for a greener world. Together, they shape the American streetscape. Today, a movement is reshaping our maps, renaming streets to reflect social justice and inclusion. Streets once named for controversial figures are now dedicated to civil rights leaders and local heroes. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevards across the nation stand as living memorials to his legacy. There's also a push to restore indigenous names, honoring histories that predate colonization. These changes confront painful pasts and celebrate overlooked stories. Street names are not just artifacts, they're active participants in our cultural conversation. By asking who our streets honor, we uncover hidden narratives and help shape the future. Our streets tell the story of who we are and who we hope to become.